Hi guys, Brain here, and welcome to another commentary video. Today, I wanted to talk to you about something that I alluded to in the Sadako impressions of the Ringu chapter, and I kind of want to expand upon it a little bit because I think it's important and it kind of deserves its own video because it's something that is really good for the health of the game, because there's a lot of like things that they do very poorly for the game, and I think when something goes in the right direction, it's really important that we go, hey, that's a good thing right there, because you know sometimes it feels like there's not a lot of that. So I really wanted to talk about this like positive direction that I think that the idea of like gens and how we stop them is going, and how that's going to benefit us greatly if they continue to go this direction. Remember, if you like these videos, make sure you do the likey like down below and give me a subbaroni if you want to see more of these daily uploads. So other than that, let's get ahead and go on with the video. So I'm going to say that blocking gens is better than gen regression. And the difference between that is obviously with blocking gens, you have like pain resonance, dead man switch, thrilling tremors, perks that bring the entity's tendrils up and cover the gen. They don't regress the gen, they just come up and they block it and they cover it for a while. And then regression of gens is more commonly what we use, which is like ruin, pop, things that take away the progress that is currently on the gen. I've noticed that over the course of like the past 4 months, DBD has been releasing perks or adjusting old perks to do more blocking than regression. And I think ultimately that is very helpful for the future of the game, because I feel like regression is an unhealthy thing for Dead by Daylight. It just kind of is. And that focuses on the idea that like the chases are more important than the objectives, whether that be doing the gens or regressing the gens. Chases are always going to be the most important thing in DBD because it's the only thing it does differently from other games. It's the only thing that makes Dead by Daylight unique compared to other video games, and it's what brings people back to keep playing the game over other games. And the reason that regression is more unhealthy for the game as a whole is because regression requires survivors to redo progress that they have already committed to the generator. So essentially what you're doing is you're forcing a survivor to do things that they've already done before. If you've played Survivor, you know that sitting on a gen and hitting spacebar every once in a while is one of the most boring things to ever exist in the history of gaming. It's not very fun to just sit there, stand around, or sit around rather, or kneel, they're kneeling, kneel around and hit spacebar every once in a while. You don't even have to hold down the button anymore. They switched it to a toggle. So you can just toggle, click on the gen, and then just hit spacebar every once in a while. It's very boring, very unriveting material. So after all that, a killer can come over with ruin, knock you off, kick your gen with pop, and then all that exciting gameplay you just did, guess what, homie? You got to do more. And it's just like, it's boring. It's terrible. It's boring. And if those of you that like who are already just like typing on your keyboard and be like, well, survivors are the worst terrible people ever to exist. Hold on. It's bad for killers too. We're getting to that part. The killers end up babysitting generators with their regression perks instead of entering more chases themselves. If you have pop, when you hook somebody, you're immediately looking around for what is my next gen to kick. You're not looking to enter your next chase and keep playing the game. You're looking for what objective do I go babysit. Same thing with Ruin. If you have Ruin up, you need to get value from Ruin before it gets popped. You need to get value out of that perk before somebody finds the totem. So you're not engaging or hard committing to chases. You're babysitting the generators. You're babysitting. You're not a big scary killer who's the power role. You're a babysitter when you have gen regression perks. And that's not fun either. So nobody on either side is having fun, because it reduces the killer to a babysitter, and the survivors have to just like redo things that they've literally already done. And overall, I think it's just not a good, healthy thing for the game. However, I want to say real quick, asterisk, because I know somebody's going to say it in the comments as well. Yes, I do think that perks like prove thyself are stupid and stuff like that. Like, yes, gen rushing is also annoying, but we're getting to why, you know, blocking is still good. Okay, so slow down. Don't hit me with it right away. I'm just telling you right now, that's what I think. In a sport, whether that be football, basketball, whatever, you watch a sport, would you rather have a timeout? Or would you rather have the loss of a down on a play, the replay of a set, or of an entire match? Would you rather have a play that just happened completely revoked, or have a loss of a down, or would you rather just have the game pause for a hot second? Obviously, if you're watching sports, you want the game to keep going. You want the game to keep being played. You don't want the refs interfering. You don't want any of that. You just want the game to go. You want to watch fun, exciting things. You don't want things to be constantly stopped, reset, or redone. You just want the game to keep going. And at least a timeout is just kind of like a pause, right? It's not like when the game is paused with a timeout, it's not like you're losing anything. You just gotta wait a hot minute. They take a commercial break and they come right back and the game keeps going. So why is that different in Dead by Daylight? Why is that different? I don't think it is. I think I would much rather have the gen just get covered up by the entity for a hot minute, and then we're just on times. We're just on pause. And then everybody's like, oh, people might have to interact with each other. People might have to go, interact with the killer. People might have to go have a chase. Wowee, play the actual video game while everything's on timeout, People might actually have to go play Dead by Daylight while the game is on pause. And I think that's why it fundamentally is better for the game from a health perspective, because while the game is on pause, because the entities, tendrils come up around the gens, what are you gonna go do, totems? What are you gonna go do? Might as well go get your chase points and get more blood points, or at least give the killer time to, go find somebody and start a chase of their own, or go find another gen, go find something else. Literally putting a small pause on the game to encourage more of the game's actual gameplay and less of the I'm gonna hide away from you and do the gen in secret gameplay is good. It's very, very good. And I like that most of the new perks that have been coming out and a lot of the reworks they've been doing to old perks seem to be following more about gen blocking than gen regression, because overall blocking encourages more of the chase and the actual fun part of Dead by Daylight, as well as taking or slowing the game down. That way it doesn't fly away super quickly and then nobody has any fun, as opposed to gen regression, which allows people to forces people rather to redo lost progress and forces the killer to become a babysitter instead of the power role that is such a coveted thing in the Dead by Daylight community. All right, thank you so much for watching, friendo. Do you think that blocking generators is more healthy than gen regression? Or do you think gen regression, just in this, is like a necessary evil? Do you think it's something that has to exist in order for the games of Dead by Daylight to keep going? Or if we had blocking gens that were more powerful, would that be better? I don't know. You tell me. What do you think is better? Do you think blocking gens is better? Do you think gen regression is better? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, that's the end of this video, friend. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And if I don't, I will see you when I see you. Goodbye.